People have been asking me some questions. So we want to make sure that today we can try to answer them as best as possible. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, guys. Welcome to your daily American English pronunciation show. Wake up, American. We're here Monday through Friday, right around this time to make sure that you can get in your pronunciation practice because, hey, we're about to get to the weekend, which means that, oh no, there's some bad news, guys. It's the weekend, which means maybe you won't have a chance to speak English. Maybe you have no one to talk to. Maybe you won't have anyone to practice with, or things like that. The reality is that's not true because, for instance, we have our Telegram group. You can catch us on the stream and things like that, or the replays. The Telegram group is the way that you can continue to interact with us every day, because I will be in the Telegram group. Okay, in case you don't know, we have a group on Telegram where people can send in their audio files every single day of the week, including the weekend, and get pronunciation feedback from me. So just want to always give them a quick shout out. Some of the members will probably be stopping by later. Hello to Emmanuel. But you want to make sure, again, try to find a way this weekend to make sure you're continuing to practice your American English, because otherwise it's going to go slow. You're going to have to warm up again on Monday. So we're trying to avoid that process. In the meantime, on the channels, people have been asking me a couple of different questions related to pronunciation recently. So I just wanted to make sure I took some time to make sure I could answer all of those. And of course, as we go through this, if you have a question that you think I could help you with potentially, feel free to drop that into the chat and I will be happy to try to address it. Hello also to Nasran. Welcome back. Great to see you again. Our first question is this. So the question is, I, for example, have problems with words beginning with SCH, like school and schedule. Okay. One of the things that we talk about, I don't think I even introduced myself, guys. I apologize. Because when I say we, I mean me. Hello. My name is Jeff. It rhymes with breath. It's one of the 4 keys to pronunciation, including placement, pitch, breath. Trying to weaken your consonant sounds. And that's where this question, I think, is going to have the best, or this issue, I should say, is going to have the easiest solution. Hello also to Milad. Because if you're having trouble with, for instance, a word like school or schedule, a note if you're a Spanish speaker or sometimes even a Portuguese speaker, make sure that you're not adding a vowel before the S. So it's not S school, it's not S schedule. So just watch out for that. But, for a word like school and a word like schedule, the emphasis, again, as always, is on the vowels, not on the consonant sound. So we want to make sure for school that ool sound, that oo is strong enough. So like ool, school, ool, school. And for schedule, the S sound, S schedule, S schedule. Okay, school, schedule. So make sure that when you say that like 3 times, schedule, 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 the should really pop out. Everything else is going to be very reduced and weak. School, school, school. Same idea. You want to make sure that those ool sounds are strong. Hello to Olivier is back. Bringing in some French. The other thing I would say is that if you have trouble with school, so you're starting off with this S sound. And my guess is that when you're making an S, you're probably making it like in your first language with the tip of your tongue pressed up here against the top of your mouth, alveolar ridge, top front tooth area, which is fine. You can make an S sound like that. But something that might help with trying to smooth out these sounds is actually pronouncing with the tip of your tongue down against your bottom front tooth. And instead, use that like middle front of your tongue to press up high. Try that. La vie. I'm sorry. My French is bad. Se fosse in Italiano, it would be a little easier. I appreciate the correction. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello also to Aslam Khan from the Philippines. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So by actually pressing the tip of your tongue down against the bottom of your mouth, in that mid front of your tongue against the top, instead, you can still get an S sound. That's again with tip of my tongue against your bottom front tooth. So then, you can do the same thing with that k sound. It's like sk, sk, sk. That's again, tip my tongue down against the bottom of my mouth, bottom front tooth, just pressing very, very lightly. Okay. And then doing sk, sk, sk. It's like schedule, schedule, ska, 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 ska. And again, that's what tip my tongue down against the bottom of my mouth, and I'm just bouncing between those. Ska, 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 schedule. School, school. Okay. So just some notes there. Hello, also to quit. Good morning from New York. Hey, my brother's in New York. Upper Manhattan. Let me know what part of New York you're in. Great to see you, Matila. I'm guessing it's Mathila? Let me know what to do with that TH. Is it pronounced like a TH? Is it pronounced like a D sound or something? Okay, so hopefully that kind of addresses for school and schedule, trying to just kind of soften that CH sound. Hopefully that helps. I'm going to move on to my next question. So next question here is... I sound the least natural when I say nasal consonants in clusters, N, M, and D. And TR, because it takes me longer to transition to the vowels. I see. Because the tongue gets stuck in the position. Aw. And quit saying the kind words. I appreciate that. Thank you. I love your videos. I saw your you're subscribed to our shadowing channel and to our main channel. I was like, hey, that's the same person. I see them twice. So I appreciate the support. This is her daughter's. Everything's making sense now. Everything's making sense. So thanks for checking out the channel. I appreciate that. So talking about these nasal sounds, sound at least natural when I say nasal consonants. N, M, N, D, intra. Honestly, the feedback I'm going to have for this, or my suggestion for this, is honestly pretty much the same as what I just gave earlier. Where can we try making these sounds with the tip of the tongue down against the bottom of my mouth instead of up here? So like I can make a n, n, n. That's the tip of my tongue. It's my bottom front tooth. N, n. Like none, 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 none. Tip of my tongue against my bottom front tooth. None, none, none. Because if my tongue's up here, none, none, none. What you can hear the placement immediately jump up, right? None, none, none. None, 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 none. Just having that lower position helps keep air flowing a little bit more easily, and it also helps lower it helps lower the placement. It helps add more breath. And the other thing is it also kind of makes it easier to transition to other sounds, at least in my experience. Maybe it'll help you out as well. That's the same also for tra. I'm a little nervous when students go with the tip of the tongue against the top of the mouth for that tra sound. Do you hear what I just did? Just like rolling the R, like tra, 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 tra. Yeah, American English can't do that. We can't roll our tongues in American English because our placement's low. We're down here. We're not up here. And when you have that tongue higher, it's easy to slide into a higher placement. So I really recommend trying to keep your tongue down because I think that will keep things a little bit easier. Honestly, tra. So again, none. Actually, let me explain what I'm doing. So I'm going to say a word 3 times with my tongue high and then 3 times with my tongue down and see if you can hear a difference and practice with me. So again, we're tip of the tongue against alveolar ridge, tip of the tongue against the bottom front tooth. Those just kind of bounce. Hello to Mattia checking in once more. Great to see you. So let's do our first word for the ends. Let's do like none. So none. Tongue high. None. Tongue against my bottom front tooth. Let's do mom for the next one. So mom. Or mom doesn't really have a... It's just your lips, not really your tongue. So let's do the ND. Let's do like Sandy. It's like Sandy. Tip and tongue up here. Sandy. Tip and tongue down. Let's do that one more time. So 3 times up. Sandy. Tip of tongue down. Sandy. I think one of the things you'll see too is that when you have the tongue down, it kind of smooths things out. The D becomes softer, but that's okay because it allows breath to keep flowing a little bit more. And then let's do TR. Let's do like true. It's like true, 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 true. Okay, so again, that first three were high, second three were down. Okay. Levy says that it's subtle. Yes, it's not. It's not like this is going to like completely revolutionize everything and sound 100% different. No, it's a subtle thing. However, what I will say is that in conversation, when you do these sorts of things and you're talking, it can help smooth out that entire sentence. Because if I'll put it like this: everything I'm saying right now is with the tip of my tongue against my bottom front tooth. It's like glued there right now. Everything I'm saying right now is with the tip of my tongue against my bottom front tooth. Can you do that? Okay, just as an experiment, try it out. So that was our next point. Hopefully that helps out a little bit. I have two more questions to address, but if you have a question, feel free to add it. We have this one. Jeff, what vowel sound do you use when the letter A is unstressed and it's at the beginning of a word? Dictionaries use the schwa frequently, not always. Okay. Oh, Levi tried that out with the tongue, hey, and it helps out a lot. That's what we're looking for. I'm not telling you these things, just making stuff up. It makes my life easier. Maybe it'll make your life easier too. Um, so how do you pronounce the A at the beginning of a word when it's unstressed and it's at the beginning of words? Dictionaries use the schwa, but it sounds wrong to me. What's your opinion? For most of these words, it will use the schwa. There is an exception that we will discuss. So I'm going to say each of these words twice, and I'll tell you what vowel I'm using. So that first word, ago, that's a schwa. It's that real stress, unstressed schwa sound. Unstressed. Ago. And again, to make that schwa sound, put your mouth in a relaxed position. Top teeth, bottom teeth not touching. Middle of your tongue slightly rising. Don't let it touch the top of your mouth though. Close your mouth more. It's It's not It's Two completely different vowel sounds. It's like ago. The next word is the exception. So accept. There may be situations where you can use a schwa sound for that first syllable, but personally, when I say that, I'm using an a sound like in cat. It's like accept. It's not. Can you hear the difference between like ago, accept, ago, accept, ago, accept? So I would say for accept, I would use the a sound. Of course, it's very fast and very light because it's not stressed, but that's what I would do. Livy says it when you have the tongue down, allows for more space inside the mouth for airflow. Exactly, 100%. And that's what we want. American English wants breath. So we talked about ago, accept, allow. This is a schwa sound again. Allow, allow, it's your schwa sound. Allow. The next one, this is, they got chopped off. The word is adore, 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 adore. Okay, so again, for me, that's a schwa. Hello to No Man checking in again. Great to see you as always. We have amuse, amuse, amuse. Next one we have again, again, again. Next one we have alike. For me, this is again is a schwa, alike, alike. Next one is avoid, avoid, avoid. Next one is above, above, above. Our last word here is asleep, asleep, asleep. One final thing I will say, a tendency that we find in American English, is this is related to stress and pitch, is that when you have a stressed syllable, for all these words here, the stressed syllable is typically on your final syllable. Okay, so that means that the pitch is going to go higher there. What tends to happen before a stress is the pitch doesn't just, it's not just lower, but it tends to dip even a little bit lower. To give you an example, I'm going to say, let's use asleep twice. See if you can hear a difference between these. Asleep, 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 asleep. Can you hear a difference between those? What's happening on the second one of each of those pairs is I'm going extra low in pitch. And it's also very light. So this is just a tendency that happens a lot in sentences. I did it right there. Happens a lot in sentences. In sentences. Do you hear that extra dip? It happens a lot in sentences. So just taking that pitch extra low right before your major stress, it helps create some contrast and allows your stress to stand out. All right, I have one final question, which is sad. That means our time together is about to end on a Friday. But We will be back next week. Here is the final question. How to pronounce each ship, which ship? Okay. This is a very tricky combination here, especially for the first one, because the first one has this E sound, E like in sleep or these, and it's followed by a short I sound, I like in this or him. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're pronouncing the short I sound on ship. So like my big suggestion for short I is the size of your tongue, touching your top teeth. It's like I, ship, and then starting with an E. The other thing I would say is that if you have a group of words that you're finding tricky to say, my big suggestion for you is to do the vowels first and then add other things back in, the consonants back in. So like each ship, you have an E sound, then you have an I sound. So let's just start there. I, I. Then we can add the consonants back in. I, each ship, I, each ship, I, each ship, each ship, each ship. Let's say that 3 times because they were specifically asking when things are speaking fast. So let's say that again. Each ship, each ship, each ship. Okay. You notice that when I'm trying to link from each, the ch sound, I need the ch to be just slightly present in general. And then I'm going to transition into the sh. It's like each ship, each ship. It's like each ship. Ch. Do you hear that? It's like ch. It's like a ch, but then it gets extended to an sh. It's like each ship, each ships. Okay, it's like each ship. Livy says it sounds like eat chips. See if you can hear the difference between these phrases and eat chips. See if you can hear a difference between these. So the first one, eat ship, eat chips. Eat ship, eat chips. I think for me, when I'm saying eat ship, it's a little smoother because it's not held. I'm not using a held sound. I'm not saying eat, eat. I'm saying each, okay? Versus eat becomes held. It's just eat chips versus eat ships. So you need to really extend when you're saying eat ship. You need to extend the sh sound. Or at least I would recommend that. Just a note there. And then our second one here is which ship. So we have 2 short I sounds. So it's most likely the stress would be on ship. So you'd expect ship to have the higher pitch. Okay, ship, which ship. So it's which ship, which ship, which ship. It's the same sort of idea. It's like which, and then you just kind of extend that sh sound a little bit. Which ship, which ship, which ship, which ship. The other thing that's going to be really key here is, again, the pitch differences, right? Because you're stressing ship. So like which ship, which ship. Okay. So start off with the ch sound very, very lightly, and then just kind of hold that sh sound after. Which ship, which ship. Okay. So it's like shh, shh. So the sound is kind of like that. Versus like Livy adding like which hits and also which eats. Appreciate that. All right, guys, I do need to run because it's getting pretty late here, but we will be back on Monday. Hello to I Can Fly. They've been a supporter of us, and we appreciate that. Have a good, safe commute to work. Thanks for checking us out. Hopefully you can get some great tips from everything that we talked about for the last 15, 18 minutes or so. When I say we, I mean me. Hello, guys. My name is Jeff. It rhymes with breath. It's one of the 4 keys to a natural sound in American English. Placement, pitch, breath, and trying to weaken your consonant sounds. Also, hello to Hajar. I think Hajar asked one of the questions, but I could be wrong. I will be back on Monday. Yes, it was a pleasure as always. Again, this weekend, try to find ways to practice your English. If you specifically want to know if you're pronouncing any of the things that we discussed today, if you're pronouncing them correctly, I again encourage you to check out our pronunciation group on Telegram. It looks like this. All of our members are going to continue sending me audios over the weekend, and I'll be able to give them feedback. But if you're watching the stream, I can't do that because I can't hear you. Just a note. But yeah, I will be back on Monday. I will see you on Monday, guys. You know, man. Thanks to everyone checking in. Great to see you all. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good afternoon. Have a safe weekend. I'll see you guys later.